What a beautiful morning it is here in North Somerset. So I just thought I would do a quick video to apologise. In my last couple of videos, I have been mocking people that were intending to vote for reform, thinking that this is the political chance to get us out of this mess. And I still absolutely believe that we don't have a political way out of this. I do believe that things just will inevitably have to get far worse, and for all our institutions to start breaking down, for the people to realise that, and then actually just take the country back themselves. I do think that the grassroots movement is a possible one. Obviously, a lot of people get upset when I mention Tommy or this and that, because obviously who backs them, and I would just say on that one, just to underline my view on that, is that yes, there are people at those events that are backed by people that I don't like, but the people attending are not. And the more people you can bring together to unify against the establishment, it's got to be a good thing, right? So anyway, little tangent I went off on there, which is normal. But anyway, I'm still of the opinion that if voting mattered, we wouldn't be allowed to do it. However, I just voted for reform on my postal ballot. And by the way, when I'm in charge, we'll get rid of postal voting, and I think I'd try to make it more challenging, like some sort of obstacle course you've got to complete. And if you finally get through and you escape the moat with the alligators in it, when you go to vote, you just have a blank piece of paper, and you actually have to know the name of the candidate you're going to vote for, and you write that name down, stuff like that. I would just try to make it more difficult to vote, definitely, so that people have to be committed and determined and have looked into things. They're more likely to vote in a sensible way. Anyway, I still believe that Nigel Farage's establishment, I still don't trust him. I still don't trust that reform will do anything. But I voted really this time. It was against the incumbent, the King of North Somerset, Dr. Liam Fox. I don't know how many decades he's been in there now. And I don't think I've ever seen him stand up and speak out about immigration or about lockdowns or about mandates and things like that. So all he's done is enriched himself, had his snout in the trough, and has been gorging himself on the taxpayers' money. What a scumbag he is. So I voted against him, and I was going to spoil my ballot. I was going to write, none of the above. I was going to write, I do not consent. And then I just, one of the things that just changed my mind in the last couple of weeks was, I previously mentioned that I thought reform were being given a pass by the media, that they were being allowed to be sort of legitimate, and not just insanely attacked. And then they started insanely attacking them, and I just thought, okay, all right. So there is that. When they throw a milkshake at Farage, and it's funny, if they threw a milkshake at someone they liked, they'd use all dramatic music and they'd make it very serious indeed. So there is that. Farage is definitely brilliant at what he does, and it does look like there's an awful lot of people supporting him. So I was like, okay, the reform candidate can have my vote. I did look into the reform candidate. It's a child. I think he's just out of his teens, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's got pubes yet. And it looks like he's got pubes on his head. He's Cypriot, so he's not English. But says he loves this country. And my other options, well, my preferred option initially was to spoil my ballot. And then there was the Labour. They've got a Muslim, so I'm not voting for an Islamist. There's the Greens, so I didn't need to look into it. That's a communist. There's the Lib Dems, so that's a globalist. And then Liam Fox, who I despise. So, Liam Fox is going to win, I would imagine. I think it's one of the safer seats for the Tories, but it would be hilarious to see the Tories pushed down the rankings and not even, to be the opposition. So with this election, the Tories could be dealt an extremely wounding blow that might take them decades to recover from, hopefully. Or maybe they're just gone forever. That's what I would want. And then maybe with the next election, we finish off Labour. And then maybe we might even get rid of the first past the post, and you might actually have parties that have to do what they say they're going to do and have to, form coalitions with each other and say, like, okay, well, yes, we're going to give this policy and this policy. Anyway, what do I know about politics? Very little. I still don't have any faith in politics. I still think it's the grassroots movement we need, and I hope that most of the people that watch this will understand that's where I'm coming from. If enough people just say no, then it doesn't matter about the elections. It's the will of the people will take over, and that's what I'm hoping for. So anyway, I hope everyone is very well. I'm looking forward to being savaged in the comments by those that feel like I've been a traitor by not spoiling my ballot, for those that are going to say, oh, you're a hypocrite because you've gone and voted for reform when you said you wouldn't. And I want to be honest. I want to be honest all the way. I don't judge anyone if you just don't bother voting. I won't judge you if you spoil your ballot. I also won't judge you if you vote for Labour for the acceleration thing, which again I'm not convinced will happen. Probably will happen, but Keir Starmer is controlled by Blair, and Keir Starmer has no actual morals or integrity whatsoever, so he will just do what he's told. And Blair may well be saying to him, just show a bit of, that you can be moderate and centrist a little bit, and keep people on both sides so like a bit happy. Maybe immigration, they might lower it a little bit, just a little bit. I don't think so. I think they're going to open the floodgates. I think it's going to go mental. That's the acceleration that I know a lot of people want. And yeah, maybe that's a good thing, because then that just wakes up more people more quickly, and then we can do something about it. And I don't know whether Labour will be able to keep everyone, because they've got three main factions, haven't they? They've got the green-haired Marxists, they've got the Islamists, and they've got the Blairite globalists. Those three factions for the moment are sort of compromising to get power, but then they're going to want the power themselves. And I see a civil war in the Labour Party, and maybe that this Parliament that we're about to have doesn't last more than a couple of years. And then by that stage, if there are quite a lot of reform MPs in there and they have been saying sensible things that people can relate to and agree with, then maybe there's a chance that you can get a reform government and then sit back and be absolutely disappointed as they do nothing that you want them to do anyway. Voting doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just pantomime. Anyway, have a great day. See you. Bye.